When we look at the behaviors or conducts of the two women that we've been taught about in today's gospel, it is very easy for us to cast a dark shade on Martha, who receives Jesus in her house and immediately springs into action. She begins to make Jesus comfortable by preparing food and doing all the necessary chores around to make the environment hospitable. But Mary is not joining her in that activity. She sits at the feet of Jesus and listens to him. Of course, it is very easy for us to condemn Martha, because I think it would be important for her first to listen before she springs into action. But she begins by going into action before she listens to the guest, before she listens to Jesus. And we can say, like Jesus has done, Mary has chosen the good portion. Mary has chosen the good portion which shall not be taken away from her. When Jesus makes this statement, it's not like he's trying to say Martha, on the other hand, has chosen a bad portion. What is happening here is where Martha is trying to say she's doing a better job than what Mary is doing. So there is a comparison going on. That since I'm busy doing this and that, making the house hospitable and comfortable for the guest, I am doing the better job. Mary is just seated there. Therefore, she is not doing anything. We can't even talk about a good or bad job. She's not doing any job at all. She's just seated at the feet of Jesus listening. But if we detach ourselves from this aspect of comparison, then we are going to see something good in both of these women, in Martha and Mary. We are going to see that there is something good, something that we can learn from them. We know that our life is not just contemplative. Our life as individual Christians, but also as a church, is not just contemplative. It is also action-oriented. And this is something that we get from the two women. There is one that is representing the contemplative part of our Christian life. The other one is representing the action side. That the church does not just pray. The church does not just sit and recite the rosary. The church is also involved in works of mercy. The church is also involved in helping people out there who are in distress. The church is also in action. So, and that is the kind of life we should have also as individual Christians. That yes, it is important to sit at the feet of Jesus, to listen to him, to contemplate on the word that comes from his mouth, but that should not be done at the expense of the other side of our life, the action side. That after praying, after listening to Jesus, we have to now go out and reach out. Pope Francis many times talks about the church that is outgoing, the church that is on its way out, the church that is going out to meet people that need Jesus. And that is what we learn from both women. Mary, who sits at the feet of Jesus, is ourselves sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to Jesus. Martha, who is busy making Jesus comfortable in the house as a guest, is ourselves out there making people's lives better by getting involved in the works of mercy that we do for the world and for people out there. Many of us want to think that praying is enough. Others want to think that just getting busy out there working is enough. But there are adverse sides to any of these two behaviors. That if you just pray and pray and pray, you're going to miss out on something. You become, in the long run, you become, is irrelevant the right word? to what is happening out there. Because Jesus doesn't just want you to pray and pray. Even the disciples themselves, they're not just praying and praying, they are also involved in working. That's why the rule of the monks and nuns in monasteries is important. The rule of ora et labora, that you don't just pray but also get involved in works of mercy or in work. That rule is important even for people that are not in monasteries. That our life is not just about praying and contemplating, it is also about working, as we see from the two women in today's reading, today's gospel. Let us pray for ourselves that we may make ourselves relevant by not just praying but also getting involved in the works that the church is doing for the world out there. Our call is to pray and also to work. Martha and Mary give us a good inspiration. We all want to have a relationship with Jesus, but Jesus commands us to pray but also to be helpful wherever we are. And that is how to be a good Christian, to pray but also to work in order to uplift somebody's life out there. Amen.